Good, beautiful Monday morning, Fleet Feet Running Club. It is time for me to explain tomorrow, Tuesday, March 2nd, workout. I'm very excited that we're actually getting into the active recovery phase of our training program. And unfortunately, with the snowball series runs and with some of the weather, we have yet to do some active recovery. So I'm happy that we're here. You'll be seeing it a lot. And I'm happy not only to do it, but to kind of explain the benefits of it right now to you. So first and foremost, let's just talk about the workout. We are going to do 1,200 meter repeats, essentially, all right, with active recovery. I love 1,200 repeats because they are just a tad bit longer than 800s, which we're doing the exact same pace that we asked you to do last week, just for a little quarter mile longer. So providing a little bit more of an endurance or a speed endurance, trying to hold that speed for a little longer of a time. So not only in that am I throwing that kind of into play, but instead of last week where we kind of just stood around and maybe paced, grabbed water or whatever, all right, on this one, I really want you guys to keep that forward motion in an active recovery sense. So I love active recovery because your aerobic system that is trying to kind of clean up from the anaerobic bout that's put on it is given an extra twist, and you actually have to learn how to drop your heart rate, maintain your breathing, all of these sorts of things kind of on the move. Why active recovery is so important is because in a racing atmosphere, unless you just stop and walk and regain your composure, which is great if you do. However, what if you try to surge up a hill accidentally and you didn't know that hill was there, or you went to go try to catch somebody because that sparkle skirt's in front of me and I don't want it to, or whatever the case may be. I don't want you to surge ahead and then either A, have to stop half mile down the road because your heart rate's through the roof, or B, just lead to this law of diminishing returns. So you can actually teach your body how to recover on the fly, but you have to put it in an environment in practice that of which you want to do on race day. So 3/4 of your mile, basically, right? It's 1,200 meters is going to be at that 5K pace. So that quarter mile or that 400 meter active recovery needs to be slower, obviously, than the hard work, but it can't be too slow, like a little pitter patter or a barely move, or it takes you 5 minutes to get that quarter mile repeat. That's not the name of the game here. The name of the game is to put lower intensity, but still require, all right, that heart rate to come down. So it needs to be around your long run pace, maybe a tad bit slower, very much so not slower than that warm up pace that you guys have on Saturdays. If you aren't ready to proceed to the next one, if you find out, into the workout where you're just, struggling, I do not want you to manipulate the rest. I would love for you to manipulate the work, meaning that I'm just going to slow down a little bit. That way, my body doesn't have quite as big of a mess to clean up from, all right, as you're doing that 400 meters. So as a coach, what happens during your rest period is actually more important to me, especially for some of your endurance junkies out there. I know it's not to you. I'm a runner. I get it. But as far as the coach is concerned, what happens during that rest period is super smart. So let me repeat myself. 1,200 meters, about 3/4 of a mile, 0.75. You're going to be gunning for about your 5K pace. So what we did last week, just a little bit longer. Once you get to 3/4 of a mile, you're going to bring it back around to long run-ish or your warm-up pace. Remain moving forward, then for a quarter mile, turn around and immediately hit it back. There's no standing around. There's no getting water. Carry it with you, okay? Or grab it and go, whatever the case may be. But I need constant motion. So really, you've got 4 miles of continuous motion moving forward into this week's workout. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll see you there tomorrow and I'll help navigate you guys through this one too. All right, see ya.